you're ready.
Okay. Welcome to the Marinade, a free-flowing conversation about the creative process with creative people. Each episode, we welcome musicians, actors, comedians, authors, visual artists, anyone who creates art to talk about how and why we make stuff. This is a bonus Jason's Journal episode. We do these anytime, really, I have an opportunity to have a creative experience, and most notably, it's when I'm covering music festivals, which I'm so grateful we get the opportunity to do. We are returning for the 9th annual Suwannee Spring Reunion. This is the 9th year in a row we have covered this festival in some capacity, and I've been come to Spirit of the Suwannee Music Park in Live Oak, Florida, for festivals as both a fan and a journalist since 2011. Y'all, there is something magical about this place. I'm not the first person to say it. That's not the first time I've said it. But I'm telling you, there is a vibe around the park. I've been here 12 hours, I guess, a little more than that. That is a notch above even the incredible times that I've had here. I can't put my finger on it yet because I got in about 7 o'clock, maybe 6:30, because Jim Lauderdale was just going on 6:30 last night. So this is Friday morning. I set up camp Thursday night. Pretty seamless getting in here. They've got it down these days. This festival is just so chill. Everybody is professional, and they get the job done, and you get in and find a spot right away. Getting in on a Thursday for a 4-day festival, for me, if you can swing it, is the way to do it. There's so many magical moments that happen on the front and back ends, the bookend of the weekend, and I was really pleasantly surprised that my little spot that I've claimed in the bird sanctuary, which is where I like to camp, was still open, because I did get there a little late on Thursday. But setting up camp was a breeze, and I didn't have any interviews lined up or anything last night, so I just kind of moseyed and got the lay of the land, figured out which food vendors I was going to hit over the next couple of days, and perused merch, and then got here finally got to the festival itself just about the time that Scythian went on stage. And this is a band my friend Stacy Barano turned me on to at the last Spring Reunion last year in 2025. So much fun and so interesting. They'll play Irish folk songs, they'll play Ukrainian folk songs and sing in Ukrainian, and just real high energy, great, really fantastic performers. And last night was no exception. Just had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hands, as they typically do. Just a truly wonderful way to kick it off for me. And then I moseyed over to the dance tent. Hattie and Joe Craven, who I've somehow never had the opportunity to meet. So Hattie and Joe, if you are listening to this, I would love to meet you. Just always bring it. And incredible musicians, great performers. They played a lot of cool covers. There were a lot of, if you listen to this show, you know how I feel about covers typically. I'm picky about them. I'm not anti-cover, as some people have tried to paint me, okay? I'm just not necessarily, I want to hear what's your new song? What have you written? What's the new sound I've never heard before? What's the new angle on life I've never heard before? That's how I approach my own songwriting. That's what I typically prefer to see live. I'm not the one saying play the hits, Sure, I want to hear the hits, but I want to hear that new song or that unreleased song. And yet last night there were a lot of covers. Hattie and Joe played a bunch, and then later Blair Crimmins and the Hookers, who they were my festival find for myself here at this festival. It's been years now. I hesitate to guess exactly what year it was, but horns. I'm a sucker for horns. Blair is the consummate front man. Just the energy, the charisma, bringing everybody in. Even sound check. If you've ever been to a festival like this and you've caught somebody's sound check and you thought like, oh shit, this is gonna be fun. That's what it's like watching Blair Crimmins and the Hookers sound check, and then the live show again always brings it. So I'm really glad that the energy was where it was to start off the festival like that. And then by this point, it was 11:30. They wrapped up. Which y'all, listen, I like a party, but for me at this point in my life, 11:30 is getting late. So plenty of my friends have heard me complain about shows starting so late, but that's festival life, right? Sets start late, and most people aren't getting up at the crack of dawn like I do to go talk about the day before and write about the day before. So anyway, 11:30, I was still kind of riding that wave of energy. Still felt good. So wandered down to the amphitheater in Donna the Buffalo, putting on one of their typical outstanding later night sets. And I caught the last 25 minutes or so of their set, 30 minutes. They wrapped up around midnight, and then I wandered back to camp. So late night for me, but well worth it. I was able to I didn't get to stop and catch any of the picking circles. Folks listening to this probably have been to Suwannee, but if you haven't, one of the charms of Suwannee is what happens after the festival sets are over, and many of the musicians who play that day will go into the campground, and these picking circles will break out. So, and you can find them all over around the lake, especially. So I just kind of did a lap around the lake and took in the sounds and sights, and then moseyed back to camp and finished off the beer that I'd been nursing for the last hour and a half, and got into my tent. It was cold. It got pretty chilly last night. As I'm recording this, I can see my breath. It's very, very cold, especially for Florida. But good news is, A, the vibes are immaculate. B, it is supposed to warm up today and be a very nice late 70s, like it's a decade, high 70s day. It does feel like the late 70s, or what I imagine they were like, I guess. Just really cool here, and I am so thankful to Aaron, who has us out here every year, sometimes twice a year. I'm hoping to make it back in October, and unbelievable that this was the first day. I've still got 3 more days to report on, y'all. I am prepping for an interview with Sean Camp, about to reach out to him right now, and then we're also trying to catch up with Jerry Douglas this weekend. I have some photos on the way. If by the time you're listening to this, hopefully those are up on marinadepodcast.com, as well as on our socials. Been pretty active on the socials, so if you're listening to this and you don't follow the Marinade, please make sure you follow us on everything, especially Instagram and Twitter, and go to marinadepodcast.com for updates on the show. We got so much cool stuff coming. I've got another 3 of these for y'all. These Jason's journals, as well as a conversation with Paul Kelly, and then a very special episode, crossover episode of the Marinade with the Records Revisited guys, Ben and Wayne, where we talked to Ron Pope ahead of his set at Tuffy's Music Box in Sanford, Florida, and we each brought 4 of our favorite protest songs, which made for a lively conversation. So much good stuff going on right now, y'all. Thank you for supporting this Marinade thing. Patreon.com/Marinade podcast if you'd like to support the show financially, or you can just Venmo or PayPal us at the Marinade. We have a lot of things in the works, and every little bit helps. So again, and thank you. And until next time, go out and create something. Cheers, y'all.